No one knew how the boy reached the Forbidden Land. Humans avoided this place for thousands of years. It was said that the land itself hated humans. The air was heavy. The ground was cracked and dry. Even animals refused to step there. Yet the boy walked alone. He was not strong. He was not rich. He was not special in the eyes of the world. His clothes were old. His shoes were broken. Many people had laughed at him before. But his eyes were calm. The sky suddenly grew dark. The wind stopped moving. The ground began to shake. The boy stopped walking. A deep sound echoed across the land, like the voice of the world itself waking up. Mountains cracked. Stones floated into the air. Then she appeared. A giant goddess rose from the ground. She was taller than the mountains. Her skin shined like silver stone. Her long hair flowed like clouds in the sky. Her eyes glowed with ancient power. This was the goddess of the Forbidden Land. Every human story ended the same way. She kills all humans. The boy stood still. The goddess looked down at him. Her shadow covered the land. Her voice shook the sky. "Human," she said, "you should not exist here." The air felt heavy. Any normal human would fall to their knees. Any normal human would beg. The boy did neither. He looked up at her face. "I know," he said calmly. The goddess paused. No human had ever spoken calmly before her. She narrowed her glowing eyes. "You are not afraid?" The boy shook his head slowly. "I am afraid," he said, "but I still came." The ground cracked again. The goddess lifted her hand. One finger was larger than a tower. She could end his life with a thought. "You are weak," she said. "You are small. You are nothing." The boy nodded. "Yes," he said, "I am human." Something strange happened. The goddess did not strike him. She stared at him for a long moment. The wind returned. The sky slowly stopped shaking. Then she spoke words no human had ever heard. "You have reached a rare moment," she said. "I will grant you 3 wishes." The boy blinked. 3 wishes. Power, wealth, immortality. That was what every human would ask for. The boy stayed silent. The goddess watched him closely. "Speak," she said, "before I change my mind." The boy took a deep breath. He did not smile. He did not rush. "I only need 1 wish right now," he said. The goddess raised an eyebrow. "1," she repeated. "You waste a gift given by God." The boy looked around the empty land. "This world already has enough power," he said. "That is not what it needs." The goddess felt something strange. Curiosity. "Then speak your wish," she said. The boy lifted his head. His voice was clear. "I wish to know the truth." The goddess frowned. "The truth?" she asked. "About what?" The boy looked straight into her glowing eyes. "About humans," he said, "and about gods." Silence fell. The wind stopped again. The goddess froze. Her glowing eyes widened slightly. That single sentence struck deeper than any weapon. No human had ever asked that. They always begged. They always feared. They always wanted more. But this human wanted truth. "You should not ask that," the goddess said quietly. "Why?" the boy asked. Her fingers trembled. "Because some truths cannot be undone," she said. The boy did not look away. "Then it means the truth matters," he replied. The goddess stared at him. For the first time in ages, she did not know what to say. The land around them reacted. Old ruins rose from the ground. Symbols burned with faint light. Memories stirred. The goddess slowly lowered her hand. Her voice was no longer loud. "You do not understand what you are touching," she said. The boy answered softly. "Humans never do," he said. "That is why we ask." The goddess closed her eyes. When she opened them again, they were filled with something new. "Fear. You are dangerous," she whispered. The boy tilted his head. "I'm only human," he said. The goddess took a step back, a god stepping back from a human. Then she spoke, her voice heavy. "If I answer this wish," she said, "the world will change." The boy nodded. "That is why I came." The goddess looked down at him one last time. Her lips parted, and then she fell silent. The goddess stayed silent for a long time. The boy waited. He did not move. He did not speak. Around them, the forbidden land felt different. Old stones glowed faintly. Broken towers slowly rose from the ground, as if the land itself was remembering something. "You should not have asked this," the goddess finally said. Her voice was low now, not loud like before, not angry, tired. The boy looked up at her. "Then tell me why," he said. The goddess turned her face away from him. Her eyes looked toward the dark sky. Humans were never meant to know the truth, she said. Especially this truth. The boy took a step forward. Then why give me wishes? He asked. The goddess closed her eyes. Because I believed you would choose power, she said. Like all the others. She opened her eyes again. But you didn't. Silence returned. Then the goddess spoke again. Listen carefully, human, she said. This truth will change how you see your kind forever. The air grew cold. Long ago, before gods ruled the world, humans were different. They were not weak. They were not small. They were builders, thinkers, creators. They shaped worlds, the goddess said. They questioned everything. The boy's heart began to race. Humans learned too fast, she continued. They did not wait for permission. They did not kneel. The land shook softly, as if reacting to her words. They discovered something dangerous, the goddess said. They learned how reality worked. The boy whispered, reality? Yes, she said. The same force gods use. The goddess clenched her hand. Humans learn how to touch it without divine power, she said. They use their minds. The boy's eyes widened. They didn't need gods, the goddess said. And that scared us. The sky cracked with distant thunder. The goddess looked down at the boy again. So the gods lied, the boy said slowly. Yes, she answered. So the gods erased human history, he said. Yes. So humans forgot who they were, the boy finished. The goddess did not deny it. You were not defeated, she said. You were reset. The boy felt anger rise in his chest. You made us weak, he said. No, the goddess replied. We made you forget. The ruins around them began to glow brighter. Old symbols burned with golden light. Machines half buried in the ground hummed softly, as if waking up. The boy felt something inside him respond. Not power. Memory. Why tell me this? He asked. The goddess hesitated. Because you already touched the truth, she said. And truth spreads. Suddenly, the goddess stiffened. Her head snapped toward the sky. They felt it, she said. Who? The boy asked. The other gods, she replied. They felt a human awaken. The ground shook harder now. Far above the clouds, shadows moved. They will come for you, the goddess said. They will not allow this. The boy took a slow breath. Good, he said. The goddess stared at him. You don't understand, she said. They will destroy everything around you. The boy looked at the glowing ruins. They already destroyed enough, he replied. The goddess stepped closer. Use your second wish, she said urgently. Wish for protection. Wish for power. The boy shook his head. Not yet, he said. The goddess frowned. You are choosing a slow death, she warned. The boy looked straight at her. No, he said calmly. I am choosing to remember. A loud sound echoed across the sky. A crack of light split the clouds. Something massive was moving above. The goddess clenched her fists. You have started a war, she said. The boy looked up at the sky. Humans didn't start it, he said. But we will finish it. The goddess stared at him. For the first time, a god felt fear. Tell me, the boy said quietly, what happens when humans remember everything? The goddess swallowed. Gods fall, she whispered. The boy nodded. Then let them fall. Above them, the clouds opened. Golden eyes looked down from the heavens. And the gods began to descend. The sky opened like a wound. Golden light poured from the clouds, sharp and burning. The air screamed as if it could feel fear. The land shook harder than before. The boy stood still. Above him, massive shapes moved inside the light. They are here, the giant goddess said. Her voice was tight. One by one, the gods descended. They were not like her. Some were made of fire, some of shadow, some of light, so bright it hurt to look at. Their eyes all locked onto the boy. A human, one god said with disgust. Still alive. Another god laughed. So small, he said. So brave. Or so stupid. The boy felt the pressure of their presence. His body trembled. His breath became heavy. But he did not kneel. The giant goddess stepped forward. Stop, she said loudly. He is under my protection. The gods turned toward her. You broke the old rule, said a god with burning wings. No human may awaken. I did not awaken him, she replied. He asked. That answer shocked them. Humans do not ask, another god said coldly. They obey. The boy spoke. We forgot how to ask, he said. That does not mean we cannot remember. The gods looked down at him. "You are nothing," said the god of fire. "Your kind was erased for a reason." The boy clenched his fists. "For fear," he said. The gods went silent. "You fear humans," the boy continued. "Because we learn. Because we change." The goddess felt it. Something was spreading. Not power. Awareness. Deep underground, old machines began to hum. Long-buried towers glowed brighter. Across the world, humans felt strange dreams. Dreams of cities in the sky. Dreams of tools made of light. Dreams of standing tall. One god sensed it. "What is happening?" he demanded. The goddess whispered, "They are remembering." "Impossible," another god said. The boy stepped forward again. "You erased our past," he said. "But you forgot something." The gods stared at him. "You forgot the future," he finished. The god of fire raised his hand. "Enough," he said. "Kill him." Light gathered. The giant goddess moved instantly. She placed herself between the gods and the boy. "No," she said. The gods looked at her in shock. "You choose a human over us?" one asked. She hesitated. Then she answered. "I choose balance," she said. The attack struck. The land exploded. The goddess screamed as divine power tore into her. She fell back, crashing into the ground like a mountain collapsing. The boy was thrown into the air. He hit the ground hard. Pain filled his body. Blood touched the ancient stone. The moment his blood hit the ground, the ruins reacted. Symbols burned bright gold. A deep sound echoed across the world. Humans everywhere stopped what they were doing. They felt it. A call. The gods froze. "What did you do?" one shouted. The boy pushed himself up slowly. "I did nothing," he said. "I only arrived." The machines around them rose fully now. Towers of old human design. Not divine. Human. Energy flowed through them. The god stepped back. "This should not exist," one whispered. The goddess looked at the boy in shock. "These are human creations," she said. "They respond only to human will." The boy felt warmth spread through his chest. Not power. Confidence. You didn't make us weak," he said. "You only made us forget." The god of fire growled. "Then we will erase you again," he said. The goddess grabbed the boy. "Use your second wish," she said urgently. "Now." The boy looked at the sky, full of gods. He looked at the land, waking beneath his feet. He closed his eyes. "Not yet," he said. The goddess stared at him. "Why?" she asked. "Because this is not about saving me," he replied. "This is about waking everyone." The gods raised their weapons again. The sky burned. The goddess whispered in fear. "If you wait longer, it will be too late." The boy opened his eyes. "Then let be late," he said. Humans always arrive late. Above them, the gods attacked together. And across the world, humans began to stand up. The sky was burning. Light and fire crashed into the land again and again. The sound was so loud it felt like the world was breaking. The giant goddess struggled to stand. Cracks covered her shining skin. Divine blood flowed like liquid light. The boy stood beside her. He was shaking, not from fear, from choice. All gods attacked together. A voice thundered from the sky. The gods raised their weapons. Spears of light, blades of fire, waves of shadow. Cities far away began to fall. Oman skramat. The boy heard all. The goddess looked down at him. "This is the end," she said softly. "You must use your second wish. Now." The boy closed his eyes. He saw humans hiding. Oman's king. Oman's naling. He remembered the truth. Not weakness. Forgetfulness. He opened his eyes. "I use my second wish," he said. The gods froze. The goddess felt the world pause. "What is your wish?" she asked. The boy took a deep breath. His voice was calm. "I wish," he said, "that all humans remember who they were." Silence. Then the world changed. A deep wave moved across the land. It was not light. It was not sound. It was memory. Across cities, villages, and ruins, humans stopped moving. Their eyes widened. Images filled their minds. Cities floating in the sky. Machines powered by thought. Tools made not for war, but for creation. Fear disappeared. Kneeling humans stood up. Broken humans straightened their backs. Old humans smiled. Children stopped crying. "What is happening?" a god shouted. The goddess felt it too. Humans were not gaining power. They were reclaiming themselves. Across the world, Old human structures woke fully. Towers lit the sky. Shields rose over cities. The gods' attacks struck the shields and failed. No, the god of fire roared. The boy felt warmth around him. Not protection, support. Humans were connected again. The goddess stared in shock. You didn't give them power, she said. You gave them confidence. The boy nodded. We never needed gods, he said. We needed belief. The gods attacked again. This time, humans answered. Human machines moved with perfect control. Energy flowed with purpose, not chaos. Gods began to fall. One crashed into the sea. Another shattered in the sky. Fear spread among them. They remember, one god screamed. This was the warning. The goddess stepped forward slowly. Her voice shook. This is why we erased them, she said. They grow too fast. The boy looked at her. Growth is not evil, he said. Fear is. The goddess felt shame. She looked at the gods above. For the first time, they were retreating. This is impossible, a god whispered. We are eternal. The boy replied. So were lies. The battle slowed. The sky darkened again. Only one thing remained. The goddess turned to the boy. One wish left, she said quietly. Her voice broke. Please, she whispered. Do not use it. The boy looked at her. Why, he asked. Because the last wish decides everything, she said. For gods and humans. The boy looked at the world. Humans standing tall. Gods watching in fear. He felt no anger. Only responsibility. The goddess knelt. A god kneeling before a human. If you use the final wish, she said, our age will end. The boy swallowed. Then maybe it should, he replied softly. The goddess closed her eyes. Above them, the remaining gods gathered. Fear filled the sky. What will you wish? A god shouted. The boy looked up. He did not answer. Not yet. The world waited. Gods waited. Umansbaita. And the final wish hung in the air. The world was silent. Not a single sound came from the sky. Not a single weapon moved. Gods hovered above, watching. Humans stood below, waiting. The boy stood between them. The giant goddess was still on her knees. Her head was lowered. Her shining form looked tired, older than before. One wish remains, she said quietly. The last wish. The boy looked at her. Why are you afraid? He asked. She took a slow breath. Because this wish will decide the future, she said. Not just for gods, but for everything. The boy looked up at the sky. The gods did not speak now. They only watched. For the first time, they did not command. They waited. The boy closed his eyes. He saw humans standing together. Not begging. Not kneeling. He saw gods watching from above. Not ruling. Not feared. He opened his eyes. I will use my final wish, he said. The goddess nodded slowly. Speak, she whispered. The boy's voice was calm. I wish, he said, that no being stands above another. The air shook. The gods reacted at once. What does that mean? One shouted. The boy continued. I wish that gods and humans stand equal, he said. No rulers. No masters. No Slavs. The goddess froze. Her eyes widened. This wish, she whispered, changes the order of existence. That is the point, the boy replied. Light exploded across the sky. Not violent. Not destructive. Balanced. The gods screamed as their forms began to change. Their power faded, not gone but grounded. They landed on the earth. No longer towering. No longer untouchable. Just beings. The goddess felt it too. Her giant form slowly shrank. Her glowing skin softened. Her power settled into her heart. She stood again, not as a goddess above the world, but as part of it. She looked at her hands in shock. I can feel the ground, she said. I have never felt this before. The boy smiled gently. Welcome, he said, to being equal. Across the world, humans felt it. Fear vanished completely. They were no longer below anyone. They were no longer forgotten. The gods looked around in confusion. Some were angry. Some were scared. But many were silent. This was always your greatest fear, the boy said. Not that humans were weak, but that we would stand beside you. The goddess looked at him. You could have erased us, she said. You could have ruled. The boy shook his head. That will make us the same, he said. And humans were meant to be better. The sky cleared. The world felt lighter. A new age began. The goddess stepped closer to the boy. "What will you do now?" she asked. The boy looked toward the horizon. "Live," he said. "Learn. Build." She smiled softly. "Humans always choose the hardest path," she said. "And still walk it," the boy replied. The goddess bowed her head, not in fear, in respect. "You changed everything," she said. "Without hatred." The boy looked at her. "Truth does not need hatred," he said. "Only courage." The sun rose over the land. Humans and former gods stood together under its light. No one above, no one below, only equals. The world moved forward, and history finally remembered humans, not as weak beings, but as the ones who dare to ask. End of story.